Hi there, everybody. This is David, and I have something that I just kind of want to get off my chest today, and it is in regards to Dragon Quest III. We have heard, not only on this channel, but if you've been anywhere on the internet lately, you've probably heard about the controversy in regards to Dragon Quest III, the HD remake that's coming out in November. People saying, oh my gosh, they've removed gender. They have, but they also kind of haven't. This is what I want to talk about today, and I want to just kind of like calm your fears in regards to it and also explain to you why they did this, because if you think about it from a gameplay perspective, it actually does make quite a bit of sense. And I do think that is worth a sub, as I try my hardest to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And with your help, your like, and your sub, I do think that I can get there. So thank you so much for that. So let me just start at the beginning. Back in the NES version of the game, you could create a hero, and you can create 3 other companions to come with you. And whenever you did create that hero, you were given a choice. Do you want it to be a male hero, or a male character, or a female character? It was completely up to you. However, there wasn't really all that many differences between them. The personality system hadn't yet been implemented, and there was a little bit of gender-specific equipment, mostly for the females. As far as equipment was concerned, back then it was pretty much default. Everything was male, and then they had like a little bit of extra for the females, mostly in regards to the sacred and magic bikinis, and I believe there was also a dress of radiance as well, much later on in the game, that females could equip, and maybe even a leather dress back on the NES version of the game. Fast forward to the SNES version of the game, and they took that idea and they really ran with it, and they added in a bunch more items that were not only female only but also male only. However, if you look at the female only items versus the male only items, the female only items are leaps and bounds above the male only items. They are so much better. Not only that, they also added in a personality system. And here, the personality system, it actually affects your stat growth. So every single time that you level up, based upon your personality, let's say that you have like a smart personality, then your intelligence will go up, or your wisdom. Or if you have like a macho personality, then your strength and your defense and your HP will go up a little bit more than your intelligence. So that's how the personality system worked. And of course, you'd want like a smart personality on your wizard and a macho personality on your soldier. However, if you want to max your stats, and you know how RPG gamers are, then what you wanted was a female-only party. And the reason for this was because the best personality was locked behind gender. It's the sexy personality. In fact, there were 4 different personalities that were locked behind gender, and all 4 of them were female only. There were no male equivalents to these personalities, and there were no male only personalities. There were only female only personalities. And I think that this was a way back in the day, maybe to get more females to play the game, or maybe for gamers to help diversify their parties. I'm not entirely sure why they chose to do this, but the fact remains they did. So if you're someone like me, and I think a lot of you are, you probably ended up making a party of 4 females, and you tried to get them all to be sexy as quickly as humanly possible. I know I did. I literally have I can go through my strategy guide right here. This page literally just fell out of my strategy guide, but I can show you. I have a little post-it note right in there from my strategy guide saying exactly how to get the sexy personality, because I tried to do it so many times. And I think a lot of gamers are just like me, that you want to get those max stats. So you wanted to get all your characters to have this sexy personality. And then this remake rolled around, and they're thinking to themselves, okay, we already know that gamers back on the SNES, the Game Boy Color, the mobile, and the Switch remakes, yeah, they took advantage of this. They know that the females are just inherently better. So they didn't want, to force the gamers to have a party of 4 females. They wanted to give you back that choice and to say, hey, if you want 4 females, that's perfectly fine. If you want 4 men, that's perfectly fine. If you want a mixture of the 2, that is fine as well. And they did this through this compromise called Type A and Type B. So now basically what they're saying is you can have the appearance of a man, you can have the appearance of a woman, but each of those appearances can equip whatever they want to, or they can have their personality be whatever they want to. So they're no longer locking this equipment behind gender or appearances. They're allowing everyone to use everything equally. They're essentially just balancing the genders. So again, it's very easy to say, to look at a headline and to think to yourself, oh, this is horrible. They're removing this stuff from the game. They're making it so bad. Oh my gosh, whatever. But if you just think about it from a gameplay perspective, which is what I like to do here on the channel, then you can think to yourself, oh, this actually makes sense. Now, if I want to, I can have a party of 4 appearance A or 4 men and still have them use that powerful equipment, use the Dress of Radiance, use the Sacred Bikini, use the bunny tails, use the garter belts, and use the sexy personality. I can do all that with the team and with the appearances that I want to. That's all they're trying to do here, and I think that that's what they did, and I think that they're going to succeed in doing that as well. Also, another thing, and I do think that this does need to be said, this is not the first time that Square Enix has done this. It's also not the first time that they've done this in a Dragon Quest game. This has been done in Japan before, ever since Dragon Quest X, which came out back on the Wii. So this has been around for quite some time, where you don't choose male or female, you choose an appearance. It just so happens that the games that we've gotten recently since then have had the heroes locked into their gender, like the gender of the hero of Dragon Quest VIII and Dragon Quest XI were men. They were just locked into their gender. You didn't have a choice in which characters joined you, so we didn't really see that. So that's all I'm getting at here, is that this isn't anything new. This has been going on in Japan, and this is actually good for gamers. It's improving your choice. This is good for you. It's improving your choice and your gameplay options in the game to say, hey, I can have my characters look the way that I want them to, I can have their personality be whatever it is I want them to be, and I can have them equipped whatever I wanted them to equip. Because I cannot tell you how many times I would get a piece of equipment and I'd be like, oh, I would really like to use this, but I can't, because either I have, 4 females and I got a male piece of equipment, or, this is a female piece of equipment, but I don't have the character for it, or it won't go on this particular job class. So now, by opening up all the various pieces of equipment to both types, anybody can use those gender-locked equipments as long as you have the correct class for it. So this is actually very helpful and very good for us gamers. And I just think that I wanted to put this out there and also get your thoughts on this. Do you agree with me or do you disagree? Let me know in the comments, because I'm pretty passionate about this subject, as many of you might know. But I've also got to say, if you think about this from a gameplay perspective, it makes sense. It's giving you more options. It's not restricting your options, which is always a good thing. So again, let me know how you feel about this in the comments, and as always, have a good